elderly Black man, homeless, fatally stabbed. In the UK, Christina Howell was arrested and charged with murder for a stabbing incident which occurred in Bristol, England. According to the Bristol Post, the victim, 61-year-old Hubert Issac Brown, died at the hospital due to his injuries. The victim was well known in his community. Avon and Somerset police said their crime investigation unit looking into the incident as a race-related hate crime. Family has been getting support from a local organization, Stand Against Racism and Inequality, Brown, who is of Jamaican descent, was described as a kind-hearted and harmless man and a Black star with the reporting here. Statement from the family of the victim. Accepting that he is no longer with us is incredibly challenging. We are struggling to comprehend and come to terms with the circumstances surrounding his passing. Hubert was a beloved member of our community. We want to express our heartfelt gratitude to those who went above and beyond to help him during that time, as well as to the police for their ongoing investigation. His family said this in a statement. As a family, we are supporting one another through this trying period, finding solace in each other's presence and shared memories. Now, we should tell you, according to the police and the reporting, Howell appeared before a Bristol Magistrates Court judge on Monday. A video posted on social media is said to show her arrest by local law enforcement at the scene of the attack, making people point. I mean, it's just horrific to be accused of this. What happened here? What happened and why, other than what police are preliminarily going on? And quickly, it does seem. So like we said, according to those reports, people pointed her out, and there she is. Doesn't seem that there's much incident with the arrest. Notice the gentle way she's being handled after murdering an elderly Black man while a Black woman falsely accused of evading bus fare was roughed up in front of her distraught child. Racism is one hell of a drug. That's from a user, an online user. She does seem to be handled with care, very gentle. Stabbing, Ray, is a very intimate crime, and one that, from the crime documentaries I've watched, at least from what I've been told by detectives during my investigative reporting days, is a clue. The method of the killing is the first clue often to investigators about a rage, a motive. It's the first clue. What do you make of this and this international story here? Because it could very well have happened here, but we don't own all of it. We just are full of it when it comes to racism. It's throughout the world, the globe.
It is such a devastating story. And, my heart goes out to the family of the victim, goes out to the community that he was an important part of. And I know that some cynical people might, be reading this and or listening to this rather, and they might think, well, how can, someone, who's being described, as a homeless man be a pillar of the community? And I'll just add that there's an unhoused man who lives in my neighborhood who everybody knows in the community. Everyone's friendly with him. We all help him out when we can. And if anything happened to him, my neighborhood, even here in Chicago, where we do have a massive homelessness problem, would be reeling from something like this happening to him. So just, being homeless does not prohibit you in any way, shape, or form from being an important member of a community. And, just that being said, I think it is important to point out, as you did, that, this was a stabbing, which, they see a little more of it in England, not more than we have here, but, just because they don't have the same level of gun violence we do. But I feel like we have to point out the criminalization of poverty and homelessness. It leads people to dehumanize unhoused people. And, if they have racist tendencies in them already, then than to criminalize someone for the crime of being Black and homeless, and to the level of dehumanization that occurs there. They can justify in their own mind wrongly, but they can justify any act done to them. I mean, even here we'll see heinous things done to the unhoused. People laugh about it, celebrate it. And, just to add a little context to the comment that was left online about the woman who was wrongly accused of evading bus fare, she was brutalized, body slammed by the cops in front of her toddler for being lied on by the bus driver. And so we see this, disproportionate use of force towards Black people, not just here in the United States, but in the UK as well, all across Europe. And when that sort of racism happens, it's got to be called out for what it is.
You're exactly right again. And this thing where you are in this difficult position, often through no fault of your own. Through no fault of your own. As you said, unhoused. It's bad enough that you're already, so many people, not in your community, thank goodness, Rayyvana, walking over people, looking the other way, grabbing your child's hand and moving on, disgusted when someone asks you for food, for a few coins, you're disgusted. It's not enough for you to not give, which is your right, but you're disgusted. How dare they? You've worked for everything you have, and this person is lazy and sloppy and dirty, and they don't deserve your time or attention. That's what's going on in some people's heads. They've made up this whole story. They don't even know that could be anyone. We live in a world of 1%ers, and the rest of us are 99% just crumbs, fighting over crumbs. It's devastating. And praying for the soul, frankly, of both of these individuals, because someone needs help. Big time.